Really interesting timing for these talks. What do we know about them, and what can we expect from them, given that there isn't a lot of detail around exactly what they're going to be talking about?
That's right, yeah. Iran meeting those 3 European countries today in Geneva. Those countries and that location, of course, significant because it's all in parallel with what we saw in the past around the 2015 nuclear agreement. We know that the US, China and Russia, who were of course part of that initial agreement, aren't around the table today. I think that tells us that it's not a day to expect anything definitive. Iran itself has called it a brainstorming session to see how things might be de-escalated. The trigger for that, of course, being last week's censure of Iran at the UN's nuclear watchdog, which increased the tension between the two. So I think a very preliminary discussion for today.
So here's what I'm trying to get my head around, Patrick. There seems to be a lot of mixed messaging coming out of Iran. On one hand, they're saying that they're firing up more centrifuges and showing an act of defiance to some of the IAEA warnings. But at the same time, they want to enter into discussions with some of these European counterparts about the nuclear program itself and potentially, we think, the removal of sanctions. So what are they trying to do here? On one hand, they're being hawkish. On the other hand, they are suggesting that they're open to negotiations.
I think it's about leverage, right? They're increasing the ante, upping the ante in order to have something to give away at the negotiating table. To them, of course, that step to increase the number of centrifuges was a response to the IAEA censure that we saw last week. So they're trying to say that if you up the ante, we're willing to do the same. The other element, of course, is that down the track they're seeing an incoming Trump presidency in the US. From that, I'm sure they're expecting a lot more renewed pressure of the kind they saw in his first presidency. So it makes sense that they'd be looking for ways to de-escalate, at the very least with the Europeans, if not with the Americans as well.